Awesome. Yeah, so hope everyone can see my screen. This is Multimodal Weekly, a virtual webinar series hosted by team at TwelveLabs. We've been meeting on a weekly basis over the past almost 3 years now. And these are some of the topics that we tend to cover on a weekly basis. A lot of new research coming on in the domain of multimodal AI and foundation models. We have developers and customer partners talking about different applications that they build in different verticals, community members talking about different projects that they build with our technology, and oftentimes internal team members sharing best practices and tutorials on how to use a platform and API. These are some samples of some content from recent session. We have, folks building in sport, technology, in education, social media, uh, you know, interview, and some research in like video reasoning, etc. For today's session, we have a talk that welcome two very close partner of TwelveLabs, TrackIt and AWS. So the focus of this talk is going to be very specific use cases on real estate. Myself will also be one of the presenter, but we will also have Maram Ayari, a software engineer at TrackIt, as well as Dwaragha Sivalingam from AWS. And in this talk, we'll walk over a pipeline that can transform raw real estate footage video into a polished AI narrated social media shots in 60 seconds using 12 model via AWS Bedrock. So each of us will walk through some details on our respective technology, and at the end we'll have a quick demonstration of the output of the video. And a little bit of context, TrackIt is a partner of AWS and TwelveLabs. They specialize in cloud solutions for the media entertainment industry with deep expertise in CDN migration, OTT, live streaming, studio in the cloud, rendering pipelines for VFX, and modernizing media application. And as for AWS, obviously one of the biggest cloud provider in the world, specifically for Amazon Bedrock, which enable automation, content indexing, and metadata generation. Our model is also available on Bedrock, which can then be used by media teams to boost efficiency, scale production, and drive innovation. So yeah, with that, for the attendees, quickly just note, you can feel free to send your question on the Zoom chat, and after we will finish, we can have a live interactive Q&A. So I will move into the actual slide of the presentation and get started. Yeah, I already talked about the speakers, and this is a quick agenda for the webinar today. So I will pass the mic to Dwaragha, so you can talk a little bit about AWS AI offerings.
Thank you, James. Good to be here. Good morning, good evening, everyone, whichever part of the world you are part of. Agentic AI has become such a buzzword these days that I wouldn't be surprised if people ask which agentic framework was used to create the Not 7 agent. I'm actually talking about the agent James Bond. I am Dwaragha Sivalingam. I'm a senior solution architect at AWS, and I advise the CXOs and provide AWS technical guidance for customers in the engineering, construction, and real estate industries. I've been working in this industry for the last 3 years, and based on that experience, I can confidently say that Gen AI and agentic AI have significant practical applications in real estate, and it's been delivering significant value to the business as well. Marketing content generation is one of the early low-hanging fruits that many of the real estate companies that I work with have successfully implemented in the last 2 years. But thanks to video understanding models from the providers like the TwelveLabs, the game is actually one notch up these days. It's now possible to simplify the marketing video generation very cost effectively using the options that we have from models like Moringo and models that TwelveLabs offers. Let's spend a couple of minutes on the broader spectrum of AI capabilities that AWS has to offer. And then I'll take you through the underlying AWS AI technologies behind the use case we're going to focus today, which is the property promotion videos for marketing in real estate industry. Next slide. AWS provides AI capabilities across three distinct layers, if you look at it. And understanding this is very important for you as a customer for choosing the right approach for your use case. The top layer that you're seeing in the screen, think of this as more of a low code and no code services. wherein AWS delivers the ready-to-use industry-leading agent applications for some of the critical areas like the software development and customer service. In essence, you can transform the productivity and you can enhance the experiences across your organization using this readily available services, which requires configuration rather than building. For example, if you look at Amazon Quick Suite, it offers capabilities to research on your data or the third-party data that you're asking it to point to, or the publicly available websites. It can be used to create enterprise AI chat assistant on top of your specific data. Kiro, on the other hand, is an agentic AI integrated development environment. It is forked out of VS Code that gives the developer an ability to do spec-driven AI development. Check out Kiro if you've not done that. It's got much more to offer for a developer and an IDE, and this was launched generally available from last year, Q3 and onwards. Next slide, please. The bottom layer that you're seeing in the AWS AI portfolio is the foundation for AI and the traditional machine learning. You can build a new model, you can train it, you can deploy it, you can handle end-to-end ML ops using Amazon SageMaker. It also provides the features that are necessary to prepare the data, pre-processing basically, and make it ready for the model creation. This layer is powered by our very own purpose-built Trainium and Inference custom silicon, which is one of the reasons why Amazon is able to provide our customers better price performance when it comes to the infrastructure for AI and ML workloads. Next slide, please. The middle layer, which is the hero of today's session, is AI portfolio augmented by Amazon Bedrock at the core. It is supported by Amazon Noah Act that you're seeing at the top, and then the Strands agents and Agent Core. Bedrock offers access to leading foundation models, to privately customized models and applications with your data, of course, and apply safety guardrails. You can optimize for cost and latency and rapidly iterate. It also includes Agent Core, which is a new feature or service that we launched as part of last year Q3, and it's generally available as well. It's a set of services to deploy and operate agents securely at scale using any framework and any model. Underline the word any framework and any model. You can deploy an agent created using Strands agents or Crew AI or other frameworks that's out there and deploy it in Agent Core. Noah Act that you're seeing slightly above on the Amazon Bedrock in the middle layer is designed to take action with the browser. If you have automation capabilities that you want to implement that requires browser navigation, Noah Act is the answer for that. And Strands Agent, this was launched last year, more than 5 million downloads, very quickly adopted by many of our customers for building agentic AI application. It's an open source SDK that lets the developers build agents in just a few lines of code, similar to Crew AI or LangGraph, but it's built to address the gaps in those libraries with developer friendliness as the key aspect. Next slide, please. So let's spend some time on the Bedrock, which is used as a basis and engine for the use case in discussion today. Bedrock, if you look at it, there are 4 key aspects of Amazon Bedrock. It's a fully managed service wherein you as a customer can use high-performing foundation models from leading companies. It includes the first-party Amazon models and also the third-party partner models like the responsible AI partners like TwelveLabs. We have models from them sitting in at the back of Amazon Bedrock, which you can access using the Bedrock APIs. And you can have customizations done for your application, because some use cases may require customization. The readily available out-of-the-box models may not handle those use cases. In that case, you have the option to customize your model using multiple options like the model distillation. You have the knowledge base that's out of the box. You can have RAG, retrieval augmented generation-based use cases implemented using RAG. And you can also look at fine-tuning the models using Amazon Bedrock out-of-the-box feature. There is a possibility that models can hallucinate, right? So that it is important for you to have the right safeguards that is customized to your application requirements. And when it comes to responsible AI, you need to ensure you're giving the right responses for your users through the GenAI application that you are providing for your customers, right? And GenAI guardrails and policies that's available out of the box from Bedrock helps you achieve those. And then the last column that you're seeing here is the agentic AI, which has been the buzzword as I was mentioning earlier. You can build, deploy, and scale agents with Bedrock. Whatever you need to build an agent is part of that out of the box at an enterprise grade scale and security. For real estate companies, if you look at it, this means you can build application that understands the property documents, you can generate marketing content, you can analyze lease agreements, or audio or video content, and provide intelligent responses to tenant queries, all while maintaining your data security and compliance requirements. Next slide, please. Model choice is a critical aspect of Amazon Bedrock. That's the core keystone of Amazon Bedrock. When we put the service in the market, that was one of our visions. Because one model is not going to solve the purpose. You need to have you're going to have a lot of models that's purpose built for specific needs. Quite a good example is TwelveLabs models that we are talking about in today's use case, which is specific for video processing. You can have models selected, and when you select a model, you need to have mechanisms to evaluate the models, because there are hundreds and hundreds of models out there. How do you decide which model is going to fit your need, right? So you need to have options for you to evaluate the models. That's where the model evaluation tools that's available out of the box in Bedrock is going to help you choose the right model. And you may need a use case that requires a customization of the model, and you may have to import your own model that you customized. There are options for you to do that in Amazon Bedrock. As of date, we have hundreds of models available, fully managed, so that you don't have to worry about underlying infrastructure, scalability, or security. Next slide, please. From inference standpoint, one of the beauties of Bedrock is its flexibility in optimization. You're not locked into one size-fit-all approach. As I mentioned earlier, Bedrock offers multiple service tiers. You have a flex tier, you have a priority tier, and then you have a standard tier, because your use case may require different performance levels. So that's why we've launched this particular feature as part of this last reinvent. Batch, for example, you can use it for a non-sensitive workload and a reserved capacity for predictable usage. You can choose between in-region or cross-region inference, depending upon your latency and availability needs. You also have the option to cache the prompt. You have the intelligent prompt routing feature, which helps you optimize the cost at the inference level. And model distillation is another option that lets you create smaller, faster models for specific tasks. For real estate companies processing thousands of property listing daily, or understanding or extracting information about from the videos, or creating or generating videos, these optimizations and options can significantly reduce the AI infrastructure cost while maintaining the performance. Next slide, please. When it comes to GenAI, you need to have the mechanism to supercharge your application with your data. That's your data has got the power for you to get the best out of the GenAI for your businesses. When it comes to making these models work for your specific business needs, Bedrock gives you this powerful approaches. First, the RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. It lets you augment prompts with your enterprise knowledge without changing the foundation model itself. Think of it as giving the model access to your company's brain, and it does the job for you. Second, fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is a little bit complex and costly compared to RAG approach. It allows you to specialize a copy of the model for specific tasks using labeled examples. And third, the continued pre-training, which lets you infuse domain-specific knowledge using unlabeled enterprise data. In the real estate industry, you may use RAG to pull in property databases. You fine-tune approach for generating property description in your brand voice, or use continued pre-training to teach the model about local marketing terminology and regulations. Next slide, please. Now I know what you're thinking, right? This all sounds great, but what about security? This is where AWS really shines. Your data is never shared with foundation model providers. Everything is in transit is encrypted with TLS 1.2 minimum at the case. You get full API activity monitoring through AWS CloudTrail, and we are talking serious compliance here. ISO or CSA or HIPAA eligible or GPTR compliant, FedRAMP high authorized, all this are already approved, and you're ready to go from your use case standpoint. Of course, real estate firms handling sensitive client information, property valuations, or financial data, these security and compliance certifications aren't just nice to haves, these are must to haves. So to wrap it up, we have covered AWS's comprehensive AI portfolio, dived deep into Amazon's key bedrock capabilities. The future of property management isn't just AI powered. I think it's already here. It's surprisingly affordable and accessible. And remember, if anyone asks you which AI framework James Bond uses, just tell them he's still stuck on Agent 007 Classic. He hasn't upgraded to Bedrock yet. Thank you for your time. Over to you, James.
All right, thanks, Dwaragha. I love the analogy and you know how James Bond can move to Bedrock, right? So the next couple of slides that I have will just walk over some high-level detail about TwelveLabs, the company and the technology, and it's quite relevant because our models, as mentioned, is available on Bedrock, but like we also been looking at integration with other Amazon service as well, from translation to S3 vectors. So there's multiple like very deep partnership between the two company. But yeah, high level detail about TwelveLabs. Our focus, this is like some phases about company leadership, investor, advisor, but at a high level, we research product company focusing on building video native foundation models, and not just the modeling part, but also the indexing part, because we also have to build infrastructure to turn videos into like representation of the world, right? Which embedding text generation, etc. And that part of like video indexing is extremely important to make that to make the training and evaluation of video foundation models work at scale. So that's kind of our proprietary mode on the video search and video reasoning aspect. Big team focusing on like academic aspect as well. Competing in different competition, publishing in different currencies. Over the past 5 years of existing. Quick slide here talking about the growing need of video content in the world, right? By like I guess like right now, 85 to 90% of the world's data is currently video. And the way we frame this problem is that like video is everyone's first language, right? Like a baby when it was born, they interact with the world by seeing things, hearing things, So basically, like these are the problems that we see in video understanding, right? How can we interpret visual information, audio information in the video, right? And so if we can solve like video intelligence, I would believe that like we can solve kind of human intelligence as well. This slide talking about some of the limitation of like traditional approach when tackling with video, right? First thing is that now video data is extremely complex, right? There's a lot of different signals and modalities that are going on inside that this model data, right? You have visual information on the frame, you get audio, which is basically conversation, any non-audio sound as well, like music, environmental sound, for example. You got movement, right? Movement of people doing things throughout the temporal sequences, and time, which is basically temporal sequences, right? So like how can we keep track of all this information with respect to space and time? It's like a very important problem that we try to solve, right? Because yeah, things moving to time in specific aspect on the frame, right? How we keep track of things moving is very important. Previous approach either apply traditional computer vision model to generate like tags and metadata, right, on specific objects, person, and then use that to like, detect information. And then, there's also the recent approach of using language model to pick at every single frame, right? And then like perform image captioning on those frames, and then you could aggregate the image description, for example, to get like a high level summary of the video. But again, like those options are very unscalable, right? You cannot do that for every single frame, especially for long form video understanding. And also tags and metadata are not sufficient enough, right, for very complex, nuanced, holistic search query. So our focus at TwelveLabs is really build these models for holistic understanding, the way that human do, right? Not as a sequence of frames, but actually like an unified story across, size, sound, and time. Yeah, this slide talk about some of the industry vertical that we tackle. Like we pretty big in media, sport, and entertainment because that's the industry with the most amount of like needs for video understanding, right? Which is why I think TrackIt also a great partner for us in this scenario. But beyond that, you can see that there's many other industry here that also require video understanding, right? Like from public sector to healthcare and life science to marketing, legal, retail, and consumer goods, right? So these are all like industry where they can benefit from video summarization, video analytics, detection of specific objects, person, activities in the video, to make their job faster and more efficient. And yeah, like these are some of the kind of use cases that our technology unlock with respect to those verticals, right? Video search and discovery. This is the part where our Maram models are, is purposely built for because we get embeddings from scene level and corpus level of video footage, which enable you to perform like very scalable embedding-based similarity search, right? And semantic search here is really cool, especially if you have massive amount of video archive. Going further, like, there's scene detection and segmentation because, sometimes a lot of folks want to like, break video content into like sequence and segments and then zooming deeper into those segments to like, perform deeper analytics, right? And this is, for example, in security, for example, you want to only look at like the segment that is most relevant, where something like happening, like suspicious activities, for example. So the ability to like pinpoint to that exact segment is super important. Compliance and brand safety, I think this one is also very relevant for the media sector as well. For example, you have a piece of content you want to like distribute it across like international market, right? So you want to make sure that your content is comply to like some brand safety of that culture. So the ability of video understand technology to like, based on certain classification guideline of the brand safety and like classify the video, and that will help you like make sure that your content meet the needs of like the safety and brand concern, right? Long to short form content is another interesting use cases that we see a lot. And actually, this real estate demo that we talk about today is a kind of a long to short form workflow. Basically, like long footage of video and find the best piece of moment from that footage, and then edit or compile them together into like a short form piece of content that is most representative of the original footage, right? And it's actually relevant for like many use cases, right? We talk about real estate today, but like even in the news industry, right? We see customer who like shoot footage on the scene, right? And then they want to create like a 30-second or like 45-second TV segment, right? For the news in the evening. So they have to like transform that raw footage on about the accident, about the car, or like whatever it is, into like something that is usable for like a commercial television, right? And the final thing is scene level insights and analytics. This is something that we're still trying to figure out, like, what probably the best like use cases for, but like, essentially, uh, you know, uh, the information and insight you get from video, how can, we help our customer developers, business enterprise to get business outcome out of it, right? So like turning all the information, whether it's text or embeddings, right, into like a very concrete workflow, like last mile delivery to get the business outcome. Yep. So these are our two model again. Marengo is the video embedding model. It's a multimodal embeddings model that can generate vector embeddings from video, audio, image, and text all together. And therefore it can power like any to any search, right? So It's very powerful to like, find specific moment in clips or a massive video archive. And then we have the Pegasus model, which is a VLM, a video language model that basically take video as an input and generate text output from it. So text output here can include video summaries, video captions, structured JSON output, metadata, and any sort of like free form text that you want, to get from the video content. And I believe that together, right, the combination of these two models will allow you to unlock powerful workflow, right? So you can see here, okay, from an API developer perspective, how we expose them as endpoints. Search, embed, and analyze is the three endpoints on our SaaS offering that enable developers to perform interesting, like, clustering, anomaly detection, video rack workflow, etc. On top of the API. I also want to point out that the embed and the analyze version of Marango and Paces are the one that available on Amazon Bedrock, right? So those are the one that you can get embeddings directly, store them in OpenSearch or S3 vectors. You can use Paces directly natively on Bedrock as well. And we continuously, like, as we release new version of this model, we'll make it feature parity improvement on the Bedrock version. So companies who are already running on AWS infrastructure can get the latest, like, most powerful version of our technology. I think that's all I have for my slide. So I will actually stop sharing my screen, and I want to pass to Maram to take over the slide here and talk about
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see it.
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. I'm Maram, a solutions architect at TrackIt for almost 3 years now. To give you a bit of context about TrackIt, so we are a cloud integration company exclusively focused on AWS. We have an engineering team across a lot of countries. We have California, France, Brazil, also Italy, Tunisia, and Canada. Our headquarters is based on Los Angeles, California. We have more than 65 AWS certifications, 50 Pro included. So our expertise is mainly in media. So we have VOD platforms, GenAI, machine learning, transcoding, media enrichment, media augmentation, media supply chains, and CDN migrations. Those are like few examples. And we also do cloud native development. So we're talking here about application modernization. We build front-end, back-end, DevOps, full stack applications. We have also UX UI designers. And we build mobile applications. So we really deliver like a project end to end. So before diving into our solution, into the demo of the real estate auto-generated demo, so I'm going to first take a look quick about the challenges that the real estate industry is facing today. We know that agents, real estate agents, to engage buyers, clients, and to attract those clients need to post videos on social media and to share it with other clients. And when they post those kind of videos are long, we're talking here about high content of videos of media. And here we're going to get like low engagement from clients because they're going to be overwhelmed by the long walkthrough videos. That's why they need to make some manual editing, which is time consuming and expensive. And maybe some key properties feature get lost during those long content of videos. That's why our solutions came in. And we're going to actually get those long videos into short videos. Let's say in a few examples, for example, we have like 10 minutes of video is going, we're going to get from those 10 minutes, 60 seconds of short highlights that it could be like quick shared on social media. So here, as you can see, we have our architecture diagram. So I'm going to describe it as a user point of view. First, the user is going to upload a video in a front end. After, I'm going to show you how the front end looks like, but right now I'm just showing you the architecture, how it looks like. So when the user is going to upload a video within some optional context, like the address, property, the agency name, maybe he could actually choose a preferred voiceover narration. After once the video is uploaded, the pipeline it's going to automatically kicks off. In the background, we're going to see Marengo. Here we're using the 3.0 version, which is the last version, and James mentioned before. We're going to use it to create videos embeddings. Those videos embeddings allow us to break the long video ingested initially into meaningful segments. We're going to use a Lambda function to cut the video into the segments using the start and the end of each segment by Marengo. And after that, we're going to actually analyze each segment, like a whole video, using Pegasus. So here, the Pegasus is going to identify, let's say, the type of the room, also is going to attribute a score. For example, if it's like a bad or has like a black transition or anything that it's not good for a promo video, is going to score it from 0 to 3. And after, if it's acceptable, but it's not good for promo, it's going to attribute it a score from 4 to 6. And if it's visually good and good for a promo video, it's going to score it from 7 to 10. So here we're going to define a strict way to score the segments within a prompt. Once we have those segmented scored, we're going actually to organize them. Because when we're going to create the video, we're not just going to select randomly the segments, but we're going actually to create a coherent house tour using Nova Pro from Amazon Bedrock. Once we have the selected segments, we have right now a sequence of segments, we're going to create the narration voiceover using Pegasus another time from Bedrock. And right now we have the segments, we have the narrations. The narration, what I mean by narration is the script. We're going to actually make a text-to-speech using Amazon Poly. And once we have all ready, we're going to actually merge and assemble all segments into one piece of short video. And as you can see here, in the end, we have a Lambda function that is going to actually, it's a rule-based API-driven Lambda function that is going to make some external API calls to actually give us the insights of the neighborhood. Because when the client wants to actually get a property, he wants to see the neighborhood, he wants to see the surrounding area, how it looks like. So here we're going to give us those informations along the short video. All right. So yes, what are the key benefits from this solution? We auto-generate property promo videos, which is fully automatically. There is no human in the loop. Faster, higher quality real listenings with minimal manual work. We have also neighborhood insights like nearby schools and any kind of surrounding area description. And we also instant extraction of key property features using TwelveLabs model, Marengo and Pegasus. As you can see here, this is a quick look about the front end, how it looks like. After, I'm going to show you actually how the pipelines work from ingesting the video to actually get the output. Here is the GitHub repository. You can, it's public, open source, so you can test it, and it could be like a starting point, because this is a proof of concept. It's not like a fully packaged production ready. So it's like a technology demonstration. We're just, it's like starting point for multiple use cases. All right, this is the video. Once, as you can see here, once the video is uploaded, we can select the video with the one that you want to create from the promo, the short promo. Put the preferred voice, and put the street address, the property address. And we're going to start the processing. All right, so here, as you can see, the pipeline is in steps. So retrieve Marengo segments, annotate with Pegasus. As I said, we're going to annotate the segments with the room type, and also attribute scores. Filter the candidates using LLM, which is Nova Pro, to segment the selection. Generate voice-over scripts using Pegasus another time. Synthesize the audio, which is text to speech, and after the final step, which is render the video using FFmpeg through a Lambda function. So usually this takes about 20 minutes, but it could be less for a 10-minute of video. And here, as you can see, it's completed. We have the output. After that, I'm going to show you how actually the output looks like. It's about 37 seconds, and the initial video was about 10 minutes. And along with the output video, as you can see, I'm going to show you here the location insights. So here it gives you actually the exact address, some getting around, walk score, transit score, bike score, and the nearby schools. Okay, so here we have the output, the final output. Can you see? Can you hear the sound?
Not yet. I think you have to share the audio in Zoom so that everyone can hear it. Yes, you can just screen sharing again. Just like stop sharing and share the screen again. And yeah, share it, and then you should see a share audio checkbox on the right side.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just a moment. Yeah. I think now you can hear it.
Serene tranquility
Can
and
you hear it?
natural light flooding this spacious and
That's good.
functional area.
Okay, I'm going to restart it
Experience
again.
the serene
And here's it.
tranquility and natural light flooding this spacious and functional area. Welcome to 12 Oakwood Lane, where elegant blue walls and gold accents set a sophisticated tone. Experience the elegance and functionality of our spacious conference room bathed in natural light. Welcome to the modern kitchen, where elegance meets functionality with ample space and natural light. Experience the elegance of our boardroom with ample space, natural light, and sophisticated finishes perfect for strategic meetings. Welcome to the upper floor, where natural light fills every corner of this spacious area. Welcome to our spacious lobby with ample natural light and elegant finishes.
And yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
All right.
I will let James conclude.
Sounds great. No, I think that's let's see. That was the demo, and we have like probably 10+ minutes left for the session. So I think we can just like check the rest of the session for Q&A, any interactive Q&A if people want to ask questions in real time. I saw that's Suvasis put a bunch of questions on the chat, right? So I think we've been slowly answering them. But if you wanna ask any of them live, so feel free to just unmute and we can just chat. So let's see. Yeah, so question about Whisper and Clip. Yeah, like those are open source model. I think like we both train the model, so it's much bigger in terms of scale and size and data, all that stuff. Performance is way higher. So it tend to be a lot more performance, right, for enterprise level use cases. There's a question on how do you generate the score? Is it from frame understanding? Maram, do you want to take this one?
Yes, sure. So here, when we're going to actually, because for Pegasus, first we're going to actually give him like a prompt, which is very defined. And so here we're going to give him actually what is the score exactly. And it's very strict. So we're defining the 0 to 3 score, which is not good for a short promo video. 4 to 6, which is good, acceptable, but it's not a real, it doesn't fit like the short promo. And from 7 to 10, which is visually very good, and it could be actually a good fit for short promo.
Awesome. There's a question about, do you use GPU or CPU only for video processing? Yeah, so you know, our American model, when it was trained, right, is definitely using GPU for the embedding generation part. So significant amount of GPU actually. So that, like, you know, you can get inference fast for any type of video. Okay, so Plaka said, nice demo. Wahid said, a humanization model will be great here. The output is off-putting, but perhaps demo is meant to be as such. Is there any grounding in the pipeline, legality, correctness, and physical plausibility? Maram, do you want to take this one? I think this is about like how you do the pipeline. Yeah.
Okay, so how we actually do the pipeline, or?
Did you see his question on the chat?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Yeah. From Wahid Nasser.
I mean, I don't get actually the question, because is there any grounding in the pipeline, legality, correctness, physical plausibility? If it's referring to the human in the loop, if it like a human can actually review the output and maybe do some adjustment based on what is the video output. So no, it's automatically, but actually in the code he can like improve the prompt based on the use case based of the use case.
Yep.
Is that the question, Wajid?
I think like, and Dwaragha, I think you can add in as well. I think it's the voiceover is very mechanic.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah,
I think
it's
yeah. I think that's what he meant. Like,
Oh,
but yeah,
is it about the voice over? Oh, so voice over aspect is furthermore naturalized with the new option that's available in Amazon now. There is a model called Nova Sonic, which is speech to speech. Right now, the option that is used in Maram's architecture is Poly.
Is Amazon Poly, yeah.
It's Amazon Poly, which converts text to speech. But Amazon Nova Sonic, which is a speech to speech, that if we leverage that, the voice is more natural and humanized.
Yeah, that it could be like an improvement to the voice. Once the voice is created by Amazon Poly, we could actually improve it and make it more natural human using Amazon Sonic. Thank you, Dwaragha.
Yeah. Okay,
and about the question on the groundness, yes, I think as part of the video analysis pipeline, while each of the segment is analyzed, there are ways for you to capture the content of the video and using prompts and the safety guardrails that Bedrock has. You'll have to use a combination of those and see if you can ground it to the context. There are options you can do that using the combination of Amazon Bedrock's out of the box context grounding guardrails in addition to the Morango's video analysis.
Yeah,
or Pegasus video analysis.
Yeah, which is what you mentioned on your slide earlier, right? Like very timely and relevant. Right. So this question from Eden. Can you speak a bit to the identification of keyframes to surface in the short form video, or rather the logic behind the scoring to identify keyframes? Yeah, so this is via Marango, right? Maram, do you want to talk about this the clip segment? Because you did mention that on your pipeline, right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically she's asking about how we're scoring the frames segments based on the content. So here, as I said before, we're using Pegasus to actually score the segments, and we how it could be from a prompt. So we're giving the segments, and we're going to in the task we're going to we're going actually to let him decide if the segment could be like a strong hero shot for a promotional tour, or if it's like a dead or a transition moment. For example, in some videos you could see like a corridor with no real view or camera shake. So based on the task that we provided to to Pegasus in the prompt, is going to score based on the strict scoring appeal scoring.
Yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, like basically like a very customized prompt with a specific threshold to
Yes.
identify the key frame, the key sequences in frame, right? A question on how do you perform observability and evaluation part. So this is Amazon, right? So Dwaragha, you want to talk a bit about like the eval and agent call and, you know?
Yeah, observability is one of the core piece when it comes to GenAI or agentic AI applications, right? You need to have right mechanisms in terms of observability. Bedrock offers the out-of-the-box integration with CloudWatch, which is the observability service from Amazon. So you can have that configured. You can understand who's calling, what is part of the call, and which API is getting invoked. All that is tracked, and you can monitor that using the observability integration implemented using Amazon CloudWatch. And CloudTrail can help you know which application or API is calling the specific Bedrock API. So that's possible using that. And it supports open telemetry as well. So the output can be sent to something like a Datadog or a third-party observability tools, and you can still use those.
Yeah, I think that I think that's the power of like when you do it in production, right? When you deploy it in production and you got a lot of traffic to your agent application, then telemetry and monitoring will become important over time. And that's why agent call is got to focus on that aspect as well. The model Marango Pegasus API only accessible via Amazon Bedrock. So it's available on our SaaS API as well. So we have two deployment interface, right? On our SaaS API is in primitive way. Like you can just like start up on our playground, get an API key, and it will get access to that. And the other way is via Amazon Bedrock. So you got a AWS account, right? And then you can during development you choose the model choice, and our model should be like you click into that toggle, our model should be available as one of the option for your workflow. How much does it cost? It entirely depends on like the video duration. So we charge based on video indexing hours. So right now the cost is about $2.50 per 1 hour long video for embeddings and for indexing basically. And after you index the video, you can like perform an instantaneous search API, analyze API. Especially one there's like rate limit and kind of like developer metrics that you can consider. But yeah, that's kind of the main cost that we take into account, which is the length of the video. So like typically for organization like media company, right, they have like 1,000 hours of video, right? So at that enterprise level, we'll typically work directly with those organizations to get like relevant pricing and for them to make sure that like it satisfy their needs. For like startup and developers, then small like case-to-case devices.
Specifically, the pricing on Bedrock, if you're interested, you can refer to this page.
Mhm.
And then once you go to this page, you can select the model. You can select the TwelveLabs model on demand for Pegasus 1.2, for example. It's priced per second of video input and per second of audio input, and per text request per 1,000 output tokens. So it's a little complex when it comes to pricing for Gen AI. It's all based upon tokens, or it's based upon videos per second. So if you have contacts with AWS, if you have AWS account team, reach out to them and they'll be able to help you out, or reach out to me as well. I can connect you to the respective account team for your organization. Happy to help there.
Yep. And I know like TwelveLabs as well. We like the first video focus, video understanding model to be available on Bedrock, and so the pricing there is also a bit more complex and different than like other language model because video is the input, so we have to take into account that part, right? Not just on the inference token side. Let's see. Okay, there's a question about sharing the link to the GitHub repo.
Yes, I will
Maram.
share it in the chat.
Yep. There's a question about, is the video frame scoring accessible to the user for training purpose? I mean yeah, I mean it's on the code base, so like
Yeah.
you just take a look at the code and see the prompt, see how the scoring
Yes.
has been created.
And you can customize it based on how you want the promo video. It could be like any kind of use case here. So the scoring, it really depends on the use case you want to build.
Okay.
Do you want to answer this question? Where does the video stay? Is it in your cloud environment? Where does the content reside?
Yeah. So basically, S3, right? We, on our platform, like, well, so it depends. I think on the Bedrock things, then it's going to be directly like from in S3. So we read from an S3 URL, right? And then perform the inference on those. So like customer data can stay there.
Yeah, which means you can store in your environment, and you can decide who can have access to that video once it's ingested.
Yep. And like I said, we same thing with the enterprise privacy security, right? Like TwelveLabs, we like even in our SaaS, we index the video, but like we do not store the raw video file. We only get the embeddings from the video, right? And then get the delete all the custom environment like right after that. So there's no way to like use that for like training or like any other things, right? That violate user privacy.
Yeah, it's black and white when it comes to Bedrock, which is what I was talking. And when we built Bedrock, we purposefully designed it in such a way that your data stays with you, and you decide who can have access to the data. Your data is not getting used for training the LLMs that's behind it. It's all secure, and whatever is getting transmitted in transit, it's encrypted, so you can be rest assured on the security standpoint.
Yep. All right, guys. I think that's all the question that we see today. Thanks everyone for being very engaging and ask a lot of great technical questions throughout, the tail end of the session. Recording of this session should be available on YouTube by early next week. So be sure to share that with with the speakers, so they can share that internally and broadly speaking as well. Yeah. We're running our session like on a weekly basis. So if you find this interesting, and sign up for the next session and take a look at other use cases with the technology. Yeah, and we'll definitely do a lot more stuff with TrackIt and AWS in like other angle as well, from events to like share projects and content tutorial, all that stuff in the next few months. So yeah, be sure to follow our newsletter and stay up to date with that. All right, thanks everyone. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye bye.